Emma Bates, do you realize that there's a meeting of the AIDS Society today?
Oh, I must have fallen asleep. You better go along without me.
Go along without you? Why, you haven't missed a meeting in the past 10 years. Aren't you feeling well? She's been acting pretty skitterish of late. You don't suppose it could be those pink pills we've been giving her?
There's nothing the matter with me. I just didn't realize how late it was.
Well, at least you can start getting ready and not sit there talking. I might have known. It's that prize fighter person. His son is following in his footsteps and will come to the same end.
Jim O'Banion was a gentleman, even though he was a prize fighter.
Emma Bates, do you mean to tell us that you're still mooning over that rowdy after all these years? And to think of what we went through to keep her from marrying that brute.
Jim was always sweet and kind to me.
Well, maybe it's just as well if she doesn't go to the AIDS Society with us. There's no telling what she might do to disgrace us. Come along, Bonita.
And you fight fans who remember Gentleman Jim O'Banion in his prime will feel as I do when we see his kid step into the ring tonight to meet Tiger Wilson. When we think what a stickler Gentleman Jim was for keeping in condition and then see his kid doing most of his training in night spots, well, your guess is as good as mine. There's no denying the kid could be a great fighter, like his dad, if someone would only pound some sense into him. As it is, we definitely pick him to last 4 rounds at the most tonight, and that's giving him the benefit of our doubt. Now, a word of advice to men over 40 suffering from...
Hello, is that you, Clem? What time is the 3:15 due? 1:30? Good. I'll be wanting a ticket to the city. No, just one. I'm going alone.
I'm sorry, lady, but there isn't a ticket left for tonight's ballots.
Oh, dear, I've come over 100 miles just to see Gentleman Jim's boy fight tonight. Couldn't you do something about it?
You might come back later. We may have a couple of cancellations. I'll save one for you if you want me to.
Oh.
Hello, Maris. Listen, honey, I'm all washed up for the day and ready to take off for City Hall. See you there about 4:30 and we grab the license.
Knowing you, I'll settle if you get there by closing time, which is 5 o'clock.
Oh, now, don't talk that way, baby. Marriage is a serious thing. Yeah, I'll see you there about 4:30. I won't be late. Bye, sweets.
Terry!
Yeah?
Hop over to Rex Crenshaw's office right away, Terry. I just got a tip he's going to blow the lid off the rackets tomorrow and put Gus Hammond on the spot when he appears before the grand jury.
But boss, it's almost 4 o'clock.
Well, what of it? Crenshaw'll still be in his office. Probably take all night preparing the case so that he won't involve Flower Henderson as well.
But I got a date to meet my girl at the City Hall to get a marriage license. You told me I could get off a couple hours early today, remember?
And don't argue, unless you want to start your honeymoon out of a job. What are you doing?
Call my girl, tell her I'll be late.
But give me the number. I'll call. It'll save time.
Oh, okay. The number's Axminster 10007.
Axminster 10007.
Explain the whole thing to her, will you? Tell her I'll get there as soon as I can.
Sure, I'll tell her.
Want to run this?
Yeah.
Mr. Crenshaw will see you in just a few minutes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know, Mr. Crenshaw, but why don't you break down and give me just enough of what you're going to say to the grand jury to hang a story on?
Look, Connors, my entire law business is wrapped up in criminal practice. What makes you think I'd sing to the grand jury and ruin myself?
Flower Henderson's one of your most important clients, isn't he?
What has that to do with it?
Only this. Henderson wouldn't mind eliminating Hammond if he could do it in a nice legal way. Now, if you spill just enough to the grand jury to get Hammond out of the picture without involving Henderson, you guys will be sitting pretty, won't you?
You should be writing fiction instead of news stories. Ah, you're all wet, Connors. You said something about having an appointment before 5.
Yeah, I did.
I hope it's not too far away.
Well, it's far enough. So long, Crenshaw. See you in jail sometime.
I'll announce you to Mr. Crenshaw now.
Never mind, sister. We'll do our own announcing.
Hello, Terry.
Hi, Barnsey.
What's the rush?
Oh, I've got a date. Very important. Meeting McGow. See you later.
Wait a minute, pal. What did Crenshaw spill? I've got an addition to make, too. Come on, give. I've covered for you many a time.
Look, Barnsey, I gotta fly. Crenshaw wouldn't talk. I pumped her for 20 minutes, didn't get a thing.
Is that on the level?
Have I ever lied to you?
About 3,000 or 4,000 times. I think I'll drop in on Crenshaw myself. You might like my personality better than yours.
Could be. You're the personality kid.
Looks like you're just about 1 minute away from a stand-up, miss.
It looks that way. Now, I don't suppose you ever work overtime.
Not me. Us city employees have a union. Are you sure you had your young man completely convinced? Oh, no offense. Only they're generally pretty prompt showing up here. Sometimes they backslide between here and the ministers. Or was it mostly his idea to get married or yours?
It was his. And if he does finally show up, will you tell him the idea was an awful bust?
Sorry, you'll have to tell him yourself. This office is closing for the day.
Well.
You certainly gummed things up when you gave me that assignment.
Oh, so I gummed it up, huh?
Yeah, Crenshaw wouldn't talk. I got to the license bureau too late. And if I know my girl, she's going to pack me in ice the minute she lays eyes on me.
So Rex Crenshaw wouldn't talk?
Nah, shut up like a clam.
Oh, he did he?
Yeah.
I took you out of second-string sports and gave you a crack at general assignments because I thought you had a nose for news.
What are you talking about?
This.
scoop.
Yeah, while you were skipping over to City Hall with a heart full of love.
How do you like that?
I do, and that's the reason you're back in sports, as of now.
Hello, honey. Now, before you start throwing things, let me tell you what happened.
I'm not interested in what happened. All I know is we were supposed to be married, and now we're not.
Well, I'll explain the whole thing on the way to the fights. Come on, get your coat.
Fights?
Yeah, I have to cover him. You see, I had a run-in with the boss. I'm up that Crenshaw story because I was trying to get to the City Hall on time.
Back riding sports again. At the old salary, I suppose.
Yeah, but not for long. I'll show Evans he was wrong. You just wait.
Sorry, I'm through waiting. I can think of better ways to spend my life.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to call Flower Henderson and see if that singing job is still open.
You can't do that. He's a gangster. Not only that, he's a wolf.
A wolf is a cinch to handle compared to a reporter.
Well, I suppose if that's the way you want it, there isn't anything I can do.
There isn't. I'd like to speak to Flower Henderson, please. Yes. Hello, Flower? This is Maris.
Well, hello there. Yeah, surely.
I guess you're out of luck, sister. It looks like a sellout tonight.
You don't suppose if I spoke to Mickey, you know he's Gentleman Jim's boy, he might have an extra ticket?
Lady, if he don't snap out of it pretty quick, he'll be lucky if they let him in here again.
Well, there's nothing wrong with Mickey. All he needs is someone to look after him.
Well, maybe you could handle him. Why don't you talk to Gus Hammond about it?
Gus Hammond?
His manager. Maybe he'll sell you a piece of his fighter. You never can tell. Hiya, Terry. I kind of thought you'd be back covering the fights again.
You know, you're positively psychic, Mike. Why don't you get yourself a crystal ball and change your name to Madam Knows-All?
If you're stag tonight, this lady will buy one of your ducats.
What's a gag?
It's on the up and up. She's come 100 miles to see the fights, and we ain't got a ticket left.
I'd be willing to pay for it if you have an extra ticket.
Forget it. You've come a long way to see the fights. You're going to see them. Come on.
Well, it's against my principle to go off with strange men, but you look like an honest person. You are one, aren't you? I hope you don't consider me rash for doing this.
Those things happen to the best of us.
You don't think I'm a gate crasher?
Some of my best friends are gate crashers. I guess we better introduce ourselves. I'm Terry Connors of the Globe Tribune.
Oh, really? You're awful sober to be a reporter, aren't you?
You go to the movies, too, huh?
Oh, indeed. We have a theater back home in Fairport. It's called the Bide-A-Wee. Well, my name is Emma Bates, but back home they call me Aunt Emma.
Well, that's good enough for me. I'm glad to know you, Aunt Emma. Oh, excuse me a minute, will you? Well, if it isn't Gus Hammond.
Hi.
I didn't expect to see you here tonight.
Why not?
Ah, come on, Gus. Give me the lowdown. You know this whole thing's a frame-up.
Listen, I had enough trouble with the cops today without you snoopers insinuating I had anything to do with the Crenshaw deal.
Crenshaw? Who said anything about Crenshaw?
Well, what did you mean?
I'm talking about the scrap tonight. I understand you got a fix for Mickey to win by a knockout. I was just wondering which round, that's all.
Mickey O'Banion's a level kid. He only fights one way to win clean. Get that straight?
Sure. Anything you say. Glad to hear it.
Who's the guy you were just talking to?
He's a reporter. Why?
He was in Crenshaw's office this afternoon, just before we pulled that job.
Yeah? Did he get a good look at you?
No, he never gave us a tumble. Just tore out of the office like it was hurrying somewhere.
Who's the old battle axe he's gabbing with?
So you knew Gentleman Jim O'Banion?
Well, he proposed to me once.
But you didn't marry him?
No, my family sent me abroad to prevent it, and when I got back, he was married to a burlesque queen. I never saw him again. He died 4 years ago.
Yeah, I know it. You made a special trip here just to see his son fight tonight? And Emma, you're okay. You got romance in your soul.
Oh, thank you, Terry.
Don't thank me. You're a tonic. You restore my faith in women. You see, romance kind of gave me a kick in the pants today.
You poor boy. Maybe if I could talk to your girl, I could straighten things out.
No, I doubt it. Come on, let's go on in.
Sorry?
Thank you.
Something about that old lady looks familiar.
Maybe it's her umbrella.
You're right. Do you know who that is?
Who?
That's Ma Parker.
You mean the old lady of the Parker boys?
Yeah. And she carries her out around in that umbrella. And can she use it?
Yeah. Remember when she went in that jail in Missouri, stuck up the sheriff, and got our boys out?
Sure, I remember.
I think you guys are crazy. What would Ma Parker be doing here?
You imported us to handle a job, didn't you? Okay, maybe Flower Henderson imported her.
It all adds up. Her being with that reporter that was in Crenshaw's office this afternoon. I don't like the setup.
Listen, are you guys scared of an old dame? Why, if she ever sticks her nose in my business, I'll pull her apart like a rag doll.
Not if she gets that persuader out of her umbrella first. They say she shoots silver dollars right out of the air. Maybe that reporter was putting a finger on you when he was talking to you. I seen Ma Parker sizing you up.
Yeah? Well, I still think you guys are crazy. But you better keep your eye on the old dame just in case.
I get you. It's gonna cost him an extra grand if he wants Ma Parker bumped off.
You know, she's a sweet-looking old lady. Reminds me of my mother.
So it was Duke and Joe who snatched Crenshaw.
Yeah, and they made a neat job of it, too.
Well, I'm leaving it to you and Steve to make a neat job of them. I want Gus Hammond to know I don't like the idea of him grabbing my mouthpiece, understand?
Yeah, sure.
And I've got a little job for you, too, Zelda. Make a date with that fighter of Gus's and bring him to the club tonight.
Ah, gee, Flower, do I have to go out with that palooka again?
Look, baby, it's for me. You want to help, don't you?
Sure, honey. Did I ever turn you down?
That's better. The only way we'll ever get to Crenshaw is for Hammond to lead us to him.
I suppose you're going to write him a letter and ask him, won't he please take us there, huh?
No, I'm going to make Gus think his fighter is crossing him up. When he takes Mickey out of here tonight, we'll tail him. He may take him to the place where he's hiding Crenshaw.
Yeah, that's all right, but how are you going to make Gus think that Mickey's giving him the double cross?
The kid's in some kind of a jam, isn't he?
Yeah. Rubber checks. Gus is holding.
How much?
500 would square it.
And it's a cinch. Come in.
Hello, Flower.
Hello, Maris. Say, you're just what the doctor ordered.
Oh, you going to the doctor's now?
Quiet. You look like you're all ready to go to work.
Why, yes, if you like my audition. Oh, I wouldn't worry about the audition. Flower has dotted lines in his eyes, and that means a contract.
You'd better be getting over to the stadium. You might miss Mickey.
Okay. I can take a hint. Might as well come along, boys. Flower will only be asking you to leave in a minute anyhow.
Opened slowly with both boys appearing tired. The crowd booed their waltzing.
Keep your guard up, Mickey. That boy wouldn't be tired if he was in shape. What he needs is fresh country air and road work.
You can't get fresh country air and road work in nightclubs. Booed loudly, and the referee urged him to action.
Now you got it. Get in there and fight, Mickey. Your father would never fight like that. Look out for that right. Start running to the floor. A fight, Mickey. Fight.
Sounds like you got a fan out there.
Yeah. Wonder where she came from.
Come on, quit your talking and break it up.
Both of them landed light lefts at the bell, round even. Where you going?
I'm going to tell my boy a thing or two. Mickey O'Banion, you're a disgrace to your dead father. Why don't you get in there and fight?
Okay, Andy. I'll take him this round.
Now you're talking. Give him that old 1-2.
Yeah, sure.
He'll take him this round.
That'll be a relief. Round 6. Boys came out of their corners and both landed hard rights.
Attaboy, Mickey. Keep your guard up, Mickey.
O'Banion sent Wilson staggering to the ropes with a jolting left hook, then followed by a right cross.
Now you're fighting, Mickey. Give it to him good. That's the way his father used to fight. Now you got it. Now, come on, Mickey. Stop on the floor.
Take it. Make it look good.
Okay.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Good boy, Mickey.
7,
You did it.
8, 9, 10. Knockout came after 2 minutes and 13 seconds of the 6th round. I'll phone them a lead in a half hour, Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 8th round semifinal will follow immediately.
That's that. I'm glad your boy won. What's the matter?
Oh, I'm just a silly old maid. I was just thinking. If things had been different, he might have been my boy.
Well, bless your heart. But I wouldn't worry about that. He probably wouldn't have been a fighter if you'd been his mother.
And why not? His father was a fighter.
Aunt Emma, you're all right.
Terry,
What?
I wonder if you could take me back to his dressing room.
To his dressing room? Well, sure, I guess so. Come on.
Oh.
You better wait till I see if he's decent. Hi, Mickey.
Hiya, Terry. Hey, what you think of me tonight? Not bad, huh?
Terrific after you stopped waltzing.
Oh, I had to feel him out for a few rounds.
Sure, I know. I got an admirer of yours outside.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lady from your hometown wants to meet you.
A lady, huh? Oh, sure, bring her in. Jake, give me my robe.
Never mind about the robe. She's been around fighters before. She knew your father.
Oh, an old dame, huh?
Come on in, Aunt Emma. Mickey, this is Miss Emma Bates. She's the fan you heard yelling tonight.
Oh, so you're the one. I'm glad to know you, Aunt Emma.
How do you do, Mickey?
You don't mind if I finish giving the kid his rub down, do you?
Oh, no, go right ahead.
So you knew the old man. He was quite a guy, huh?
I'll say he was. And every time you crossed your right hand tonight, I could see him all over again.
No kidding. Hey, did you know the old lady, too?
No, we never met.
Oh.
Say, Mickey, what about Gus Hammond? I didn't see him in your corner tonight.
Gus, he couldn't make it tonight.
Gus Hammond?
Yeah, he's my manager. He's a big shot.
Yes, he must be. When he wasn't even in your corner. You know how your father won the championship? With his fists and his manager's brains, that's how.
Yeah?
If I had charge of you, I know what I would do. I would see that you had plenty of wholesome living. No dates, no nightlife, and lots of good food, like milk and eggs and nice country ham.
That sounds swell.
Gee, give him all that, Aunt Emma. He'd be champ.
Ouch! Jake, will you watch my neck? It's got a crick in it.
Sorry, champ.
Oh, here, hold these and...
Say, that's not bad. That's all right. Jake, you ought to take lessons from her.
Yeah, guess there ain't nothing sacred no more.
Well,
Don't you know how to knock?
since when did you get so fussy? What's this, a lady trainer?
Miss LaFontaine, meet Aunt Anna Bates.
Oh, a relative, huh?
Oh, no, I'm just a friend.
She knew my old man.
Well, far be it from me to barge in on old home night. See you around.
Hold everything, baby.
Oh, now, just let me take that kink out, Mickey.
It's all that we're stepping out. You don't mind excusing us, do you, folks?
Oh, that's okay. We understand. Come on, Aunt Emma. I think the kiddies want to be by themselves.
Awful glad I met you, Aunt Emma.
And I'm glad to have met you, Mickey. And remember what I told you. You're too, if you just take care of yourself.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, Auntie. Any guy who keeps company with me has to take care of himself.
What she means is...
I know what she means. Come to...
Mickey, watch yourself on the clinches.